Hello everyone, my name is Redo Meyer and welcome to This Week in Android Development. Last week on Android Developers Live, Roman, Nick and Adam hosted the record-breaking premiere of Android Design in Action, taking a look at these three transit apps and giving them a full UI makeover. On the Friday Games Review, Dan Galpin was joined by returning co-host Ian E. Lewis for a look at these games in a no-holds-barred game review showdown. On the App Clinic, Ian and I put timer and stopwatch apps under the microscope. The video for each of these broadcasts is now available on YouTube. You can find links to all of last week's broadcasts, our entire back catalogue, and the schedule for this week's shows at Google Developers Live. That's developers.google.com/live/Android. This week we have 7 shows for your viewing pleasure, starting with Android Developer Office Hours, broadcasting live from London, Mountain View, and Sydney. On Tuesday, Android Design in Action will be back at 10:30 AM Eastern Time to take a look at 2 of the timer and stopwatch apps we reviewed on last Friday's App Clinic. Join Nick and Adam as they offer some alternative UX implementations for impetus interval timer and hybrid stopwatch. On Thursday, we have the premiere of Developer Strike Back, an opportunity for the developers whose apps we pulled apart on the App Clinic and Android Design in Action to respond to our candid feedback and let us know a little more about the challenges they faced building their apps and how they overcame them. On Friday, Ian is breaking out his prescriptionless glasses and thumb ring for an App Clinic on camera and photography apps. We're coming to you at a brand new time of 10:30 AM Pacific, that's 2.5 hours earlier than normal. There's more to these apps than hipster filters though, so be sure to visit the moderator page linked here and nominate your suggestions. Also at a brand new time is the Friday Games Review, where professional hat enthusiast Dan Galpin will once again be joined by Ian I Can't Get Enough Time on Camera, Nee Lewis. Once again this week there's no theme, so hit us up on the moderator page to nominate any game for the guys to review. In other Android developer news, you can catch some Android developer advocates live in person. Ryosuke, Tony and Anka will be attending the GDG Seoul meetup on Monday at 6 PM, and David Chandler will be visiting the Richmond Java user group this Wednesday at 5:30. In Android documentation last week, we saw the publication of a new developer and testing checklist for adding accessibility support to your apps, as well as the launch of filtering by device API support for multi-APK distribution. We also announced that Android activations had hit the 500 million milestone and are happy to report that the Jelly Bean statue has returned to its rightful place in front of Building 44. In new and updated apps this week, check out social augmentation app Sonar and a new update from Weather App Classic, the Weather Channel. That's all for this week in Android development. My name is Redo Meyer. Thanks for watching.